Hello Taurus, and welcome to your reading. This is going to be a collective reading for any and all Taurus signs, placements, and all that fun jazz. These are timeless readings, so I literally am just here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And whatever the collective of Taurus needs to hear right now. I thank you for watching, and we have gotten into a lot of different changes, so if you see any of these recordings change with the amount of cards and how they're done, because hi, hello, you can see me on the screen now. It's a lot of different things. I'm just trying to utilize all of my fancy stream tech to make it a little more convenient to record videos. So excuse me, had a little snack before this. Let's get into collective Taurus reading. What they need to know, need to hear for their highest good. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Five of Swords. Ooh. Five of Swords, the Death card, and Page of Wands. Interesting. Uh-oh. We have a wee bit of a spill. Just don't want it to get on the cards at all. Give me one moment. Okay, good enough. Ooh, okay. Five of Swords gives me this overall looming energy of there was something definitely like energetically ending. This is something that is coming to an energetical end no matter how long ago it could have been, and this could date back fucking years, because this is also slightly multiple different levels and facets of things here. You are seeing recent events that you could have gone through also reflect back to a little more recent, and then like there's like layers to like things connecting, and how basic explanation is just how trauma plays on the brain and how we've all learned to like try to completely understand ourselves here. Because one thing about this Taurus energy right now is you are, whether it starts to lean into obsession, because I feel like this is someone who's trying to be very careful about like not being too obsessed, about being self-aware. You want to be self-aware, but you also know life needs to happen. Like there's things in life you want to experience and do, which essentially lead you to what is a very self-aware thought of these life experiences you have will lead to life lessons, and then essentially we're always learning about ourselves. So there's a very spiritual energy here. Tauruses, y'all are tapped in. Don't need to say that. Say less on that. The thing about this Five of Swords is like this is so interconnected that I think this is an what's the word I'm missing? Not overwhelming, encompassing? Is that a word? I feel like there's a word that sounds like that I'm fucking up. I'm not exactly sure, but this is basically the energy that is gonna be over all of your reading, but isn't the overall energy. I think, hold on. We'll put this down because I saw this and I can't ignore it now. of Swords, Death, Page of Wands. Is this the page, or... I'm not sure if they see, like, the princesses and princes. I don't know which one is supposed to be the page or the knight, because that's how I see youthful energy versus like teenage energy, you know, like just the maturity level of it, whether it's just also like beginner, intermediate, advanced, expert kind of leveling system, but not even leveling system. It's just the level of understanding aspects of life that you know that you're not always going to be a beginner at something as long as you keep consistency on it. So this is a big part of the key to your own self-awareness here. You see yourself, I want to say, really embodying this energy of like walking your talk. And I feel like there's so much around you that has this energy and this looming energy over, what do you mean your Taurus is walking their talk? Taurus is not walking their talk. They are just out there doing, and you don't even want to hear it because it's just whatever. You're just like, okay, I'm just going to continue on my own thing because this is one thing a Taurus does best. A bull will keep on trucking to find that perfect pasture that they are so dreaming of, because they have their eyes on something nice. They know that there's something nice over there. And if you're trying to tell them the grass is greener over there, thank you, goodbye. Thank you, goodbye. And then people think it's Tauruses are crazy, but really we just understand the long game and how Tauruses are the type of people. Whether you are watching this as a Taurus or you're cross-watching, I don't mind. Tauruses are the type of people to really understand the work that is put in and what makes it worthwhile. The work that is put in for a Taurus needs to be worthwhile. We need it to have value. I say we because I'm also a Taurus. Taurus gang here also. Anyway, the aspect of really, I want to say, regaining the sense of fulfillment in life is something I feel like a lot of Tauruses seek but never really understand how to like explain to other people, because we love putting like a lot of time into something and seeing it blossom, like not even just tenfold, like 100-fold. Like it is just like so many, I can't even explain how much like Tauruses can create things that blossom into like a million petals. And I think this is where you Tauruses, or most Tauruses, just genuinely experience a lot of like, why are you taking so long doing that? And it's like, well, I just want it to be like not perfect, but like perfect in its own imperfection. Like, I know certain Tauruses, obviously we always have to do the whole, hey, not everything needs to be perfect, but it's the whole, you know how you want it, and if you want it a certain way and you know that way isn't even like the perfect way, but you're still trying and trying and trying to get it this one way that you want it to be, or even that you need it to be, it's something that I feel like is not understood to other people unless they're out there doing it themselves. So it's hard to explain to somebody how passionate you can be for something when they don't have that own passion for something, even just small things in their life. Like, there is so much time we put into other little things that it's like, oh, a little spark lights up and then it fizzles out. And then we always go into the spark that lights up and it fizzles out. And it's like, Tauruses understand that repetitiveness could be, like, if that's how you want to pursue your life, there's this aspect of Tauruses that I feel like I want to just explain because it's the like longevity, the earth energy. It's why we're uncomfortable with change. We love putting time into things. We love putting in the work to, oh yeah, I'm gonna let all of those 1,000 sparks fizzle out so I can spark this one spark and it can light for like 1,000 years and like 10,000 times longer than those little sparks over there. And that's the beauty of the effort and the work that we put in here, because this is the big aspect of the Emperor card. I'm glad I could actually wrap it back around here too. The Emperor card in the tarot in general, it is the first card that really asks you, like, essentially it's asking the Fool card, because the Fool represents us, and the Fool goes on a journey through all of the major arcana and the tarot cards, and it meets the Empress first before meeting the Emperor, and the Empress gives the Fool food, which the Fool is us, just human beings going on to this human experience. And us humans go up to the Empress and we're like, oh, thank you for the food, this is great, oh my gosh, so much food, oh, this is gonna be great for my adventure, I needed food for my adventure. And she's like, alright, yep, just remember how to grow all that food. And you're like, yep, thank you for teaching me how to grow all that food and how to grow it good, and how to make sure you be patient with it. But the Emperor teaches a different kind of patience. The Emperor sees you with all the food the Empress gave you and is essentially saying, are you going to make that last? You don't know how long of a journey you're going on. How long is that food going to last? And the Emperor teaches the Fool card, the human essentially, how to make this food last and to essentially ration it out per day, and also to get the right amount of calories per day, the right amount of nutrients, and like spacing out the bread, the fruits, the veggies, and even some meats along the way, because the other thing that the Emperor also teaches is not only how to make your food last, but how to make you last, in the sense of building that shelter, building a foundation of, really this is like a mental kind of thing, where we build a foundation that really helps us pursue our, I want to say like everyday lives, but also it feeds into like our passionate projects as well. But the Emperor truly teaches us how to build a solid foundation and a solid structure. At least that's the journey that the Fool card, us humans, take through the major arcana. I don't know why it was always called the Fool, but I think it was supposed to represent like, oh, it's okay to be a fool sometimes. Like, we can be silly, goofy, but it was also to represent probably a lot of innocence in the Fool. And just, oh, hey, you didn't know how to build that structure back then because you didn't have those tools. You didn't have the knowledge you had now. And understanding that wholeheartedly with everything that you are growing out of, it's really, I feel like this is like a big metaphor of the bull, like, is going on that long journey, and the other, like, people are saying all this stuff like, hey, come back, or hey, like, we miss you, I know you're trying to go that way, but you should hang over here sometime, you should come back over here sometime. And I feel like the more you keep walking, the more silent those voices end up getting. And this is where we're gonna just move on to the other cards, because I feel like I got all what I was trying to make sense out of my head. Oh, sorry. There are some doggos, do not mind. I live with roommates, so you're gonna hear some background noise. Let's get into the last two for Taurus. Silly. Ace of Cups. Lord of the root of the powers of water. You understand exactly where you feel half glass full in life. And I want you to stay right the fuck there. Do not ever move. Even if it's a not moving by don't look back. Do not fucking look back. Look at this. Especially with the Emperor card here. Do not look back, Taurus. Trust. You are on a journey here. this journey, I feel like you may need someone to just help you take notes on retelling this story. Like, you have a story to share after a lot of this, but it's also still writing itself, so do not doubt all of the things that you move forward with. There is a moment to be like, oh, we're just double checking, and if you, like, listen, if we're gonna talk about anything that I can relate this to from my own Taurus self, I see this as me going to like visit my family and like, oh, I want to visit them for this and visit them for that, but I need to keep my eyes focused on what I'm doing in the Midwest. I moved from the East Coast to the Midwest because I had a little friend I met, and then I said I don't like long distance, and then I said I'll move to the Midwest for you because you know how Tauruses are and their loyalty. Do not doubt any plans you have in motion. Genuinely, Two of Wands is out here reverse, being like the plans you are working on currently. That's why it's reverse, because you already been working on it. Or at least that's how I see it for me. You truly can understand the plans at work, like working out for you in the future, and actually having like a solid foundation to work and build off of. Like, you are not only building something that's going to be like a great idea that sparks this like fire, but this fire ain't gonna fizzle out. This is kind of the I hate to like word it in this 10 years like example, but there was a whole like study, quote unquote, done on how Sabrina Carpenter took essentially 10 years to become like mainstream popular, to where like everyone knows her name or slightly knows her name and maybe has heard of her songs somewhere. She was already working from like the age of like 11 to 13 or something like that. And I think her first acting debut was on fucking Law and Order SVU. I randomly found that out doom scrolling one day. And I was like, oh, okay, that's strange. But apparently that was she's like, it was super dramatic and it was super, like, theatrical or whatever, but it was just like, she mentioned how she was treated very kindly on the set, and I mean, obviously for a show like that, she just praised the show, but it was more of, she explained how like that, like all the dramatics of acting was like the thing that really like got her into it, in the sense of like, I want to do this. When she was like in it, acting and actually doing it, it's like, this is what I want to do. And I think there's a moment where we've all had that. Do not give up on it, please. This is honestly, if you're seeing this in 2025, any moment in 2025, do not give up. I want you to know that there are a lot of yous out there. There are a lot of us out there watching this, and also understanding what it's like to feel the, not necessarily like the loneliness, because we can be comfortable being alone. Us Tauruses can totally be comfortable being alone, but the feeling alone in our passionate pursuits. But just know that there's a lot of people that feel a lot like we all do. There's more of us than there are of them in 2025. What do I mean by them? The money bags. They're not nice ones. There's people who have the money bags and can be nice. It's possible, but not with that much. Anyway, thank you for letting me have a little laugh. But I'm gonna end that reading there. I thank you for letting me read your cards, Taurus. If you want any more tarot stuff, I offer a bunch of tarot things on my live streams on Twitch, so check out the link in the description. I offer free daily affirmations, and they're completely free. They technically cost like a channel point, if you know how channel points work in Twitch, but they are basically a free thing to earn you earn channel points just by watching, and you can get the daily affirmation for free just by watching. And then if you want to actually get a reading, all of the necessary links to the website will be down in the description. Every reading ever, even if you want a reading on stream, it is $1 per card, or you can just subscribe to my Twitch and get a monthly 6-card reading from me. Whatever you so choose, I do not care. I just thank you for watching and thank you for listening. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.